By now, you're all familiar with the story of the disgraced General David Petraeus, and he was the former CIA director, of course, four-star general, recently pleaded guilty to passing classified information to the wrong people, and he was given a $40,000 fine and put on probation. And I said, here we go. Another high-profile person who was spared prison time. And then I started to think, prison time, it's a fascinating concept. The United States has the largest percentage of people in prison of any country, 2.3 million inmates right now, nearly 7 million prisoners on the rolls, meaning on probation or on parole, etc. But nearly 500,000 of those prisoners are in some way abused, some way traumatized while they are in prison. And of course, nobody's happy about that. And there's not that much being done about it over the years. We hear the stories, and yet not much is happening. And then I realized, what is the Torah's perspective on prison? Well, we know that criminals are punished, of course. They could be fined, they could be flogged, they could even be given capital punishment, very rarely. But prison in the Torah, almost no mention of it. Something that is a staple of American society has no place, basically, in the Torah. The only time that there is any kind of mention of prison in the Torah, it has to do with being detained rather than actual punishment. It's not retribution, it's detention, just until such time as a verdict is actually given. The Torah puts a tremendous emphasis on treating criminals with dignity. So what's the story? The story is that prison basically in history has had no place in Judaism, or very little place whatsoever. And it strikes me that that is important. And we need to think about whether prison is really working, whether prison time makes sense, whether we can find better ways. I don't propose to have a better solution other than prison, although there are many, many suggestions you could read out there about all types of different reforms and detention that is being thought about and considered. But something needs to be done to try to say the prison system is broken. We need to fix it or even do away with it. I'm not saying let criminals go. That's not what this is about. I'm talking about finding a better way to treat criminals. If you've got some ideas, even websites, research, pass it by. The Torah says prisons is not the way to go. The Torah probably knew exactly what it was talking about. Which way do we go? How can we treat criminals better? Something to think about.